Here are 10 energy drainers that are affecting your chronic fatigue syndrome. Number 1, your attitude. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh my God, he's saying it's all in my head. No, I'm not. But have you ever noticed the people when they go outside and they look at the clouds and they look at the rain and they go, it's such a crap day today. And it just doesn't feel that good, right? Versus the person who walks out and goes, wow, it's raining today. That means that all the gardens and all the grass is going to be well fed and it's going to grow and be healthy. And so your attitude can really affect how you feel in terms of energy draining or energy gaining. So you want to check in with your attitude and make sure, am I thinking in a way that's useful or not so useful? So number 1 is your attitude. As one of my old school teachers used to say, attitude makes altitude. Number 2, avoid researching negative topics. If you're anyone like me, when I was going through chronic fatigue syndrome, you want to use Dr. Google every single day. And you want to stop that because ultimately you're going down rabbit holes that are literally going to be draining your precious energy when you don't really have much at all at this time. So, really avoid researching negative topics online that are draining your energy unnecessarily. Number 3, this is a big one. Stop comparing yourself to others. Now, it's so easy to do this, right? You compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 20 on Instagram or Facebook or things like that. Or you might be comparing yourself to your old self, and we want to stop that too. And so if you think about it, comparison is the thief of joy. And that is going to drain so much of your energy. So stay in your own lane, stay focused on your recovery, what you need to work on, and only focus on where you want to go. For sure, take inspiration from other people who are doing great things, but at the end of the day, you want to focus on you. Number 4, this is a little bit of a random one, but an important one. Improve your bedroom environment to promote more energy. And what I mean by that is our environment can affect how we feel. If you think about it, if it's a really cluttered space, it can feel quite exhausting. If there's mess everywhere, it can feel kind of chaotic. And have you ever noticed when you walk into a calm space, maybe there's calm colors, maybe there's things that you love in your room that enhance how you feel, you're naturally going to feel a little bit more energized. Now, these are subtle things that can impact your day-to-day energy levels in terms of energy gaining or energy draining. And so check in with your environment, your external environment, and ask yourself, does this uplift me? Maybe it's time for a change in the bedroom. Maybe you want to change the way things look. Maybe you want to change the artwork. Maybe you want to put some inspirational quotes on your wall. Things that will uplift you versus drain you. Number 5, stay hydrated throughout the entire day. Literally, if you're just like 1 or 2 or 3% dehydrated, that can cause brain fog in and of itself. And what you're already going through is hard enough. So one of the key tips here is to always have water handy, just like this. Have a glass of water near you all times. Even better, have a drink bottle that's quite big, 1 to 2 liters, and just sip throughout the day so you're not so dehydrated. And that can cause a huge energy depletion if you are dehydrated. Number 6, be mindful of what you are watching online. Now, what I mean by that is, what TV shows are you watching? What movies are you watching? Is it calming your nervous system? Is it dysregulating it? If you're eating breakfast and you're watching the news, I'm pretty sure that's not a great way to spend your breakfast. Hands up if you've ever watched the news and felt really excited, liberated, and positive afterwards. I don't think anyone's hands up right now. So really pay attention to what you're consuming online. What you consume really matters. You're digesting that in your mind, in your body, and in your soul. And you want to think about, is this enhancing my life or is it draining my energy levels, right? Just check in with how you feel after you watch the news. But then check in how you feel after watching a really feel-good documentary and feel the difference and notice the difference in your body when you do that. Number 7. This is to use the internet wisely. This passive kind of draining activities that don't add value into your life. For instance, when you jump on your phone and you get on Instagram or you get on social media and you're not using your time with intent. There's nothing wrong with social media. There's nothing wrong with YouTube. There's nothing wrong with all of these outlets. We want to utilize them and watch with intent. But when we start mindlessly scrolling for hours on end, it can be really, really draining. And if you think about it, these platforms, they have literally people in jobs just to keep you stuck onto that platform. So you're staying there longer and longer and longer and don't get off with the shiny buttons, the colors, and all the different things. And so pay attention and really try and use your energy with good intent and really just focus on things that are going to enhance your life versus drain it. I'm sure you can relate after 2 hours of scrolling, you go, oh my God, like where did that time just go? So try and avoid that. Number 8, monitor your social media usage. Now, I'm going to give you a tip that I utilize in my own life that is so valuable. Delete the apps off your phone when you don't want to use them. So for me personally, I only use the apps in the afternoon. So I delete the app in the evening off my phone. So when I wake up, guess what? I'm not going on Instagram and Facebook first thing in the morning, right? I can't because it's not on my phone. So I utilize my time and energy and my intent on the things that I want to focus on to enhance my life. So you don't have to do that completely, but it is a really good way to limit social media usage when you don't really need to be using it. But just pay attention. Maybe it's deleting the app for half a day. Maybe it's having a little break for, a week or two. Or maybe you can download one of the apps that literally blocks your access to social media if you're feeling like you don't have good, self-responsibility to stop yourself from scrolling when you don't really want to. Number 9, let go of negative emotions such as guilt and fear and shame. And when you're feeling like that, where you're feeling like you're really guilty for what you're going through, you feel like there's a lot of shame involved, it's draining your energy every single day. And it's a little bit like having a backpack full of rocks on your back. And we call these guilt rocks. And imagine walking through the day with a backpack full of rocks, which is the emotion of guilt. It can be super exhausting and draining. It doesn't matter if you're eating really well. It doesn't matter if you're doing the right things with your baseline. It doesn't matter if you're, if you're staying hydrated. At the end of the day, if you're carrying around that heavy backpack of guilt rocks, everything's going to feel twice as hard. And so see if you can find a way to let go of your emotions, things like journaling, mindset work. You could find a coach or a therapist to help you unpack this and let this go. But this is a huge weight off your shoulders that you don't actually need with your recovery, right? It's actually part of your recovery process is to let go of that. Number 10, we're going to leave it with the weirdest one and the most random one to finish with, which is consider the impact of the clothes that you wear. Well, we have a rule inside the CFS Help mentorship where we say to people who are recovering from, bedridden or housebound, we say, once you wake up, make sure you change out of your pajamas. And you might think, why would someone say that? Like, why is that important? Well, what we're trying to do is change the brain association through the evening to the morning. And if you're wearing your pajamas for the entire day, for 24 hours a day, your brain associates pajamas with sleepiness, right? And so what we want to do is associate the day with awakeness, aliveness, right? And one of the ways you can do that is by simply getting out of your pajamas and getting into some clothes that you would wear during the day. Now, the second part to this is the colors that you wear, the style that you're wearing. How do you feel in the clothes that you wear? You might notice that if you're wearing one set of colors all the time, it might give you a certain feeling. For instance, gray, the color gray, right? It's a very, blasé feeling. It's kind of like the clouds, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with wearing gray. I love gray. But if you want to feel a little bit more upbeat, you might want to choose colors that are more associated with that feeling of being upbeat. So brighter colors. It might be the material that you wear. It might be the style that you wear. Anything that's going to feel good on your body is what you want to wear. And it's crazy the difference this makes. Like unbelievable day and night. The amount of members and clients who have said to me over the years, oh my God, Toby, the difference it made when I got out of my pajamas and I put on my casual clothes for the day, I felt different. Oh my God, I put on this dress that I really wanted to wear, but I just felt like I just didn't, like I wasn't going anywhere, so I didn't want to wear it. But when I wore it, oh my God, I felt amazing. And so I really wanted to check in again with that external environment of your clothing, what you're wearing, just as much as what you're thinking, what you're consuming, what you're seeing, what you're visualizing. All of this stuff matters. So pay attention to these 10. I'd love to know in the comments below which one resonates with you the most and which one are you going to change to enhance your life today. Hope this video is helpful, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.